What's up, folks? How are you? Happy Thanksgiving. Matt Perrault back with you here on the playpicks.com YouTube channel. It is time for Rivalry Week. It is time for Feast Week. It's time for, well, just the best week of college football, man. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days, three days of eating, drinking, and gambling on college football. A lot of fun. We got 5 plays I want to get to you. We had a great stretch going, and then last week was not good. So let's end the regular season on a high note before championship week coming up next week, and then the bowl season and everything else. But this is really kind of one of those things where you get to unload the clip, if you will, here on a lot of these games. But let's start with some ways of you making money and, well, having some free money. Playpicks.com/bonus. Every week I tell you about this. If you haven't done it yet, man, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, I mean, why not? Okay, if you're going on the road to grandma's house, why not get some free no deposit bonuses and some cool stuff with DraftKings, William Hill, FanDuel, Fox Bet, PointsBet, BetMGM. I mean, $500 risk-free wager, guys. $500 risk-free wager, FanDuel. Click to play now, and let's take care of some business, man. Let's go after it here for the final weekend of college football. If you haven't done it yet, why not do it now? Even if you've done some of these other ones, go back to one you haven't done. Click on one you haven't done yet and get some free money here from our great partners, playpicks.com/bonus. All right, let's start with a big boy. Let's start with Ohio State and Michigan. The game involving the Ohio State University and Michigan. A lot of pressure on Coach Jim Harbaugh. 0-4. He has not beaten Ohio State yet. He's the first coach in Michigan history to start 0-4 against his arch rival. This is a game they gotta win, man. They're at home. The weather's going to be crappy. Ohio State looked pretty mediocre. Second half against Penn State, they're up 21-0, 17 straight points for Penn State, fumbles, turnovers, Justin Fields. How's that wrist for Justin Fields? Is he going to be able to run? Could he fumble? He fumbled a bunch against Penn State. Does he fumble in this game against Michigan? And how about Shea Patterson? The Josh Gattis offense has finally arrived. It took a while, but with that great receiving core, maybe the best in the country for Michigan. Great receiving core. Shea Patterson, they're putting up over this 4-game win streak, over 40 points on average. Michigan is alive here. Let's look at the numbers. Michigan plus 9.5, minus 9.5 Ohio State. Total is 50.5, 360 and plus 275 on the money line. Over at FanDuel, that was DraftKings. Here's FanDuel plus 9, minus 350, plus 270, and 50.5 again here for a total. All right, look at. I'm going to say Michigan is really alive here, and I think the Wolverines in this game could disrupt the entire college football world. Plus 275, I would sprinkle it a little bit. But my play here, I'm going to take the points. Plus 9.5 in Las Vegas. And when you're watching this, look, the numbers are going to move, okay? So if you can jump on it, if you like Michigan, take it now, okay? It's going to move. In Vegas, it's already down to 8 in some places in Las Vegas. 9.5 here is a great number with some great value on Michigan in a rivalry game. In the game, the offense can hang. The defense normally brings their lunch pails for Michigan. This is too many points. I think Ohio State got a little exposed a little bit last week. I like Michigan plus 9.5 Wolverines. I'm going to take the points in the game. Ohio State and Michigan. Let's talk about the Iron Bowl. Number 2, Alabama and Auburn. We'll stay at DraftKings here. Minus 3.5 for the Crimson Tide, plus 3.5 for Auburn. Total is 50. Over at FanDuel, you look at Alabama, Auburn, minus 3.5, plus 3.5, minus 170, 145. It's 175 and 140 on the money line here for Alabama and Auburn. Welcome to primetime, Mac Jones. Tua Tagovailoa's injury has sent this kid into the stratosphere in terms of what he has to do for Alabama fans. They got to win and get to 11-1, and this guy's got to play in the Iron Bowl. So normally when this game is played, other than the Cam Newton years, Alabama normally has the better quarterback in this matchup. I've been to 5 of these. I covered Alabama and Auburn for 5 years. It's hard to understate how big of a game this is. It's hard to explain to folks who haven't gone through it how 365 this game is, and everything stops. The state just stops in Alabama for this. Everyone wants to know, which side are you on? Are you with the Crimson Tide or are you with the Tigers? Is it War Eagle or is it Roll Tide? It's just a monster football game every single year. And this year, there is so much riding on it. Auburn with Bo Nix, his dad, Pat Nix, beat Alabama in the Iron Bowl at Jordan-Hare Stadium back in 1993, I believe it was. Bo Nix has grown up dreaming about beating Alabama in this game. And for Bama, if they win, they go to 11-1. This is the sixth game, though, for Bo Nix and Auburn to play against a top 20 ranked team. Sixth game. Whew. Auburn's defensive line, great, maybe the best in the country. And Mac Jones making his first start on the road. He blew out Arkansas and blew out Western Carolina. Great. It was at home at Bryant-Denny Stadium. On the road, first Iron Bowl, making this, oh my, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. However, kid can play. He's good. You don't become the backup quarterback at Alabama and a guy who most likely will play for Bama as their starting quarterback next year unless you have talent. However, I'm going to pass on the side and look to the total. 50. Okay. Alabama last year put up 52 themselves on this game. Okay. I don't think they do it again. In fact, I think this is a low scoring game. I think Bo Nix and company will have a tough time scoring on that Bama defense, given it's the Iron Bowl. I think they'll look to run the football, but I think this is a back and forth battle. I believe the total will wind up somewhere around 40 points. I like the under here. I'm going to take the under 50, either side, either place, either DraftKings or FanDuel. I'm going to take the under. Alabama and Auburn. I'm going to go under for this game. All right, let's talk about Bedlam. Oklahoma, number 7 in the rankings, on the road, taking on Oklahoma State. All right, this is going to be a whale of a football game. Sooners and the Cowboys. 13's the number, minus 490 plus 360. 69.5 is the total here. 69.5 is the total at DraftKings. 12.5, okay? It's a little bit of a lower number here. It's already dropped by half a point if you like Oklahoma State. All right, so the Sooners have a great running game. Sooners are at home. And last year in Norman, they lost by 1 point. But let's talk about the totals here over the last 2 years for these two teams who were just offensive juggernauts. Let's look at the total in terms of where we are. Okay, so last year, two teams combined for 95 points. Before that, last time this game was played in Stillwater, 114 points. 114 points being scored. 69.5. I'm not going to overthink this. I'm not going to get too crazy with this. Oklahoma, their defense doesn't stop many people at all. I don't believe Oklahoma State's going to stop Jalen Hurts and CeeDee Lamb. I think they're going to put up some points. Both teams get into the 40s. 69, I think they run right through that. I'm playing the over. Over minus 109 here. A little less juice, I guess. It's 105, even less juice, Oklahoma. I'm playing the over. People playing the under, saying it's too high, it's too high. Nah, man, I'm going high. I think this game is going to be high score. Maybe they think Oklahoma State can't score, okay? I'm not going to trust that OU defense. I'm going to not overthink this. I'm going to go with the over with Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. All right, 2 more Big Ten games to go here in the big for our Pick 5 video. Let's go to Wisconsin and Minnesota here. Okay, we got 2.5 is the number. Wisconsin road favorites, home dog, the Gophers. 47.5 is the total at DraftKings. FanDuel, similar line here with FanDuel for Wisconsin and Minnesota. 2.5. 46 is the total, so a little bit of a difference there from actually a pretty big difference. Whole 1.5 on the under there. If you want to go and play the under 47.5, it's a 1.5 of value there for Wisconsin and Minnesota here. But let's talk about the Gophers. Okay, so the Gophers lose at Iowa, right? Everyone thinks, Bloom's off the rose. Mason, the quarterback, you can't play in big games. Their offensive line, exposure. They got exposed. Wisconsin lost 2 games in a row. Illinois, the shocker, and then they lost to Ohio State, and then they got right back on the wagon, and they got going, and they beat Nebraska, and they're looking like Wisconsin again, right? I got a problem with Wisconsin. On the road, they're 2-2 on the year. My other problem is it's all Jonathan Taylor, and that's about it. Okay, they're a one-dimensional team. Their passing attack is running attack is great, but if they don't run the football, they can't really score. Their defense has been pretty good, but game day's showing up here in Minneapolis. This is the biggest game in forever. This is a Big Ten West, de facto Big Ten West championship game at home. So when a championship game is played, you like the home team most often, right? Home crowd, game day shows up. This is for Paul Bunyan's axe, but who cares? This is for going to play against Ohio State in Indianapolis in the Big Ten title game. There is a ton on the line here for Minnesota and for Wisconsin. Wisconsin's gone to 5 of these, 5 Big Ten championship games. If they win this game, they will have gone to 5, I believe, right? This would be their 5th trip there for Paul Bunyan's axe. Let me double check on that. That would be, yes, 5th trip. So they've gone to 4 of the Big Ten title games. Minnesota's never gone there. Never gone there. PJ Fleck and company, row the boat, baby. Home, dog, getting points. I would love 3, but I'll take 2.5. Wisconsin, I'll take Minnesota. Sprinkle the money line a little bit here. Plus 115. Full unit on the Gophers, but maybe a little money line here. A plus 115. Yeah, plus 115 as well. A little money line play here on the Gophers. I like Minnesota here to beat Wisconsin. And then finally, Iowa and Nebraska. Worst name ever. The hero game. They were just searching for something, right? Heroes game. Iowa on the road favorite. Nebraska at home, plus 5.5. 44.5 is the total at FanDuel over at DraftKings. Sorry, that's DraftKings over at FanDuel. We're at Iowa minus 5.5. 44.5 the total as well, plus 185, 235 on this one. Okay. Nebraska needs to win this game to become bowl eligible. I guess at 5-7, they might get to a bowl game, but they're not going to. They need to get to be bowl. With 6 wins, Nebraska's going bowling. Here's the thing. Winter, I lived in Omaha for 5 years. Winter in Nebraska sucks. It's horrible. Same thing with Iowa. Folks save up all year to go on a bowl trip. Get out of the weather. Get out of the freezing cold. Go warm. Go to Arizona. Go to Florida, right? Nebraska under Scott Frost, this has been a bad year. Middle of the season, they lost 5 of 6. They've not played well. Nothing has gone right for them. Iowa's defense is one of the best in the country, and they barely ever give up. Only in 2 games have they given up more than 20 points to an opponent. Nebraska's offense with Adrian Martinez, I want to take Nebraska here, okay? I do. I really do. I fought long and hard, and I talked to some of my sportsbook friends, and they just don't think Nebraska scores, and I have a hard time fighting back with that. Iowa's defense is too good. Defense travels. Nebraska's going to play with a ton of energy and a ton of heart, but I think at the end of the day, Iowa forces turnovers, and Iowa's football team is just more complete. There's better talent. In some ways, maybe better coaching right now. I love Scott Frost at Nebraska. Don't get me wrong, but Kirk Ferentz, he always goes 8-4. I call him Mr. 8-4, but I think this year he winds up going 9-3. Iowa laying 5.5. I'm going to lay the points. Hawkeyes win and do what they want their fans really want them to do. End the Husker season and stop them from going to a bowl game. It stinks. I'm sorry to my Nebraska friends, but I just don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately, for the Huskers this year. So, recapping our pick 5, I'm going Michigan plus 9.5, Minnesota plus 2.5, under in the Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn, over for Bedlam, Oklahoma State, and I'm going to lay the 5.5 with Iowa on the road at Nebraska in the Heroes game, which name is still just absolutely horrible. Remember, you like these plays, you want to fade these plays, whatever you want to do, tell me in the comment section below. Make sure you hit subscribe as well so you're not missing any of our great content during bowl season, but tell me what you think about the podcast, about these picks, whether you like them or not, and then go and make sure you take care of the playpicks.com/bonus. No deposit bonuses. William Hill, DraftKings, FanDuel, Fox Bet, PointsBet, BetMGM. Click the play now. Don't make a mistake. Don't pass this up. Offers are too good. If you've done it before, do a different one. Come back and do a different one, and then make some great picks with us here for college football for Rivalry Week, Feast Week. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. From us at playpicks.com, from Matt Perrault, myself, happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. Enjoy it. Have a great time. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the games. Hopefully all your picks will hit in cash. Have a great time with it. And make sure you come on back during bowl season and next week for championship week right here on playpicks.com. I'm Matt Perrault. Back next week. Same place, same time. Best of luck. Happy Thanksgiving.